Right after this. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. Hi everyone, Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony. We have David Aldridge on the sideline. And our special guest tonight, welcoming in Kenny the Jet Smith.
Oh, Kevin, man, great to be here. I hate being up in that studio sometimes. I love it down here, man.
We need you courtside.
Oh, man, it feels so much better being with you guys and the mother team.
DA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thanks. Star players move around more than ever, it seems, but guys like Damian Lillard are emulating legends like Dirk Nowitzki, who stayed put in Dallas his whole career. Dame said, "I'm not loyal to a fault. I'm loyal to the person that I am. I want this city to feel what it's like winning the championship after such a long time." Kevin?
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you.
Over the last few years, Jeff, the step-back three has become a staple for some guys. Who do you think is the most consistent with it?
Harden and Doncic, easily. You know who started the step back? Guy named. The first time I ever saw it was Keith Van. I never saw a step back until he
And it was quick.
Yeah, he used to do a quick step back. And I'd never seen the step back move ever in my life before. And I was like, what is that? Is that a walk? I was like, no, it's a step back. And now we got the step to step to step to step to step back.
Side back.
And what's going to be the next development?
You're just going to be able to run and you don't have to.
We're seeing that right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's take a look at our starters from Portland. Lillard and Hood work together in the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with Ennis Cantor. And it's Jones in at the three, the small forward. And for the Rockets, they've got Victor Oladipo. Hood out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Wall. And it's Tate at the three. So the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ballgame. Outside, Wall. Now the pass to Oladipo. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Now, here's Cantor. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. 4-on-3 break. Oladipo for three. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Last time they met was in Portland this season.
I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. That they knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
Boy, it really showed the trust they have in one another. I love how they got after it, and you could feel that they were playing for each other.
Last season, the G League testing a single-shot free throw rule to speed things up. One shot that can be worth more than 1 point. Kenny, any thoughts?
No, because I'm following you because you can't. It's a lot of time. So I'm going to put you on the line and you got to get 2 for 2. And I just, because the game is stopped. There's no defense in front of you. You're at the free throw line. It's only 15 feet away. Come on, Shaq. I mean, come on, guys. Like, you can make a free throw.
No, but I think the other thing, philosophically, really changed the game, right? Because what if you make one and miss one?
Yeah.
And you're up 2, now it's 3. So now if you say I only got to make 1 to get 2, you completely change the game.
Oh, but think about this, Greg. End of the game. And you need to miss 1 and make 1. So instead of getting the 2 points, you actually want to only make 1 because you're down 3. And you want to miss the second on purpose to try to, man.
And I'm a progressive guy. Like, I do like to see how we can have the game evolve, but I do also want to make sure we keep the strategy in the game.
And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I think he has to play more conservative from this point on. I mean, that's 2 fouls already.
Simons, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Here's Wood. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. A nice shot by Tucker.
Boy, I love how unselfish Oladipo is. Great at getting his teammates involved and on-time, on-target passes.
The NBA definitely is a global product. At the same time, Commissioner Silver the league's American values of free speech. It's caught some people off guard, perhaps. It's not always easy, is it?
Well, he's got the most difficult job, and you got to give the commissioner a lot of credit, staying true to who he is and what he feels the league is about, and able to tell that story to the world, and not just here nationally, but internationally.
Sacrifice money that was coming into the league for values that he thought were important.
Bottom line, free is not free. And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
The kick out to Oladipo. Right wing. Wall. Wide open. No good on the three. And so Hood will bring it up for the Trailblazers. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And how about the toughness of Cantor? Outstanding at keeping his composure and just finding a way to capitalize.
Rockets trail by 7. Pass to Cousins. On the run. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 3 assists in the game. Kenny, when you came into the NBA as a rookie, was there a veteran who stepped in to become your mentor?
My first coach, Bill Russell,
He was your mentor?
yes. You know, which is even funnier, like the former players in North Carolina were my mentors because we played
some of those guys?
Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins, Walter Davis.
That's like a Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I mean, all those guys were still in the league, and they would come back and they would tell stories about what it takes to be in the NBA and how you got to stay there. So those were my mentors.
And you drank in every word.
Oh, every second, yeah.
The shot's good from Cantor.
Man, that's just all muscle there. Cantor is solid at fighting his way through whatever the deep throws at him.
Wall dishes to Tucker. Count it. In second make in 4 attempts.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
Here's Simons. Off target from outside.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
So timeout call here. The first for Portland. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
David Wamba is checked in for Houston. And McLemore comes in for John Wall. And Portland with a change here, too. Giles checked in. Trailblazers leading by 3. And here's Anthony from the arc. Bangs home the trifecta.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Ultra impressive guys caught them off guard, and they've taken the momentum in this game now.
And that one is good.
You know, we've seen Boogie hit threes now. Mid-range game, that's no problem either.
Here's Trent. And another 3 for Portland.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And that one's good, Cousins.
We often talk about Gordon's scoring ability, but there, great feed to an open teammate.
That 3 off the mark. There's a 4-second difference in the shot clock to the game clock. Brown the best and Wamba. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Simons. Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Out Spanish Gordon. They get a hand on it. And so it's Portland with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've been giving John Wall all sorts of problems. He still hasn't been able to assault their defense. And we'll be back with you shortly. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but Damian Lillard's range, wow. He discusses with us his deep, deep shot.
I'm training in the summer, before practice, after practice, pregame. These are the shots that I'm taking. And I think when you spend so much time doing it, it becomes a quality shot for you when you put the time in. And if it wasn't a comfortable shot and a shot that I felt like I could knock down comfortably, I wouldn't take it.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
They definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is working hard on the offensive glass. They've had a number of putbacks.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Houston. Then McLemore is out there with Gordon. Then it's Christian Wood. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Nwaba in at the three. Kenny, you've been an NBA analyst for over 2 decades. It's just hard for me to believe you look so young as you go out there and play right now, but I'm sure this job has changed for you in that time, right?
I think the job has not changed, actually. Because when I first got here, I used to watch film every day. And
When
actually,
you first started as an analyst,
every day for 1 year.
did you?
Every day.
And then you found out that what?
I found out, I sat with the executive producer and I figured out what I needed to say, do, and why I wanted to. Then I just use that now. I just go back to those meetings then. There's nothing changed for me from that first year, which I knew nothing, to now, after I knew something.
Being the award-winning broadcaster you are now.
It's that first year.
Yeah, I will concur with His Majesty. Jack.
Thank you. I've never been called.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. Well, last season the Blazers were beset by injuries and they fell short of their goals. Their star Damian Lillard said, "Once we're in a better position, I want people to remember how I responded when things didn't go my way. But they know my character is true." Kevin, we know that Dame grew up in Oakland, a place where overcoming adversity is ingrained. Back to you.
Thank you, D.A. Wall looking for an opening. To the inside. Covington with the steal. And here we go with Giles running it up the court. I see the stat sheet here for him.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Portland shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
First one falls for him. Kenny, so much can happen on draft night. What was it like for you the night you were selected out of North Carolina, number 6 overall?
It was interesting because I wasn't sure if I was going to Sacramento.
Really?
Because I interviewed for everyone else in the top 10, basically, except for me. And they took me without an interview. And that surprised me. Not very often, Greg, in life, you get a job without an interview.
Yeah.
Well, I got that.
A high-paying job.
A high-paying one at that.
No less.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And it's good, 2 points.
It's just the overall aggressiveness. Wall enjoys taking on a challenge and succeeding, especially when the D is all over.
It's trailed by 12. It's Oladipo on the wing. 6 assists in the game. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And this summer, Vince Carter retiring after his 22nd NBA season. That's a record for longevity in the game. Kenny, he's closer to our age than he is to some of his teammates.
Yeah, that's amazing. A guy could do it at this level so long and really help the team instead of just be on the team. He's an incredible athlete. That dedication and willingness is just rolled over into time.
Never had to be the main guy at this stage of his career. Always wanting to supplement, help, tutor, mentor, and he stayed healthy.
Stayed healthy, that's the key.
You know, Oladipo feels like he can take and make this shot whenever he wants to. You can just see the confidence.
Lillard from deep three-point land, and another three for Portland.
You got to be in awe of what he's doing this quarter, actually destroying the opponent.
Oladipo against Hood. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Oladipo.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Lillard from outside, and another three for Portland.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into it. You got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks. Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
Three-pointer, Lillard, and again for three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Pass to Wood. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Wood's got 8 points in the quarter.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
And Kenny, great to have you on the show as always. You've got to come back soon. Promise us you'll come back soon.
I'm coming back next week.
Good.
I am not. There's more food down here. It's friendly about here. It's more room, man.
More
I
air.
can't wait to be here.
Get a little more air.
Everything, man. Everything's more down here.
And what an experience it was, Greg, to have Kenny joining us. You always know he's going to give you his honest opinion, which makes him so great.
Kevin, and throughout his playing days and now as a broadcaster, Kenny's never pulled any punches. He'll tell it to you like it is, and that's one reason he is so beloved.
Here's Cousins. It's blocked. Here's Trent, defended by Gordon, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. We should take this chance now to go to the real stats, real scores from the real NBA, and run down the top free throw shooters. Fourth, Damian Lillard.
I mean, he's not going to miss many foul shots. That's for sure. He is a machine when he gets to the charity stripe.
That one is off. Good on the second free throw.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
Now Wall. 24-point outing in their last game against Washington.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long.
Trent gets the bucket.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
You know, the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team.
And that's a nice assist from Wall, scanning the floor, just looking to find the best shot possible.
Lillard fires away from way outside. And another three for Portland.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart. Man, what a pass that was there. He really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Good. Another from 3.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep. Out that one.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. An historic feat during the quarter, launching and making a phenomenal number of three-pointers like never seen before, only in the NBA. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Carmelo, you got some real numbers off the bench in the first half. How important is that contribution to the team?
Well, I mean, we always believe that we have one of the better benches in the NBA, and when they come to play like we're playing so far, you know, it makes it a tough game, it makes it a tough team to beat. So just hoping we can keep that up.
I'm sure it puts confidence in you and in the coach going into the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny's here. Shaq is here. And joining us once again after his valiant attempt at live action analysis, it's Kenny Smith.
Back, Kenny.
Oh, what are you laughing at?
How you think it went, Kenny?
Oh, it was fun, man. It went great, man. What do you guys think? Good for you. You're happy. We're happy for you, bud. Good. It was good, man. They loved it. It really was. It was really awesome, wasn't it, Shaq?
Ernie, remember when he...
Oh. No, Kenny, you were great. Bro, you were spectacular. But I've never heard anything. I've never heard anything like it. Really. I mean that in a really nice way. It was awesome. Man, was it tremendous. I think I'll never hear anything like that again in the history of broadcasting.
Kenny, you were so good.
Haters. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Connects again from distance.
And of course it falls for him. That three pushes him into the history book.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. This is a night we will never forget. And Cantor pulls it down. The Trailblazers shooting has been just fantastic, around 65% tonight, getting exactly what they want, when they want it. A three ball, buries it from three-point range. Tucker's got 7.
Hey, one of the strongest part of Tucker's game is knocking down that three-point shot. He doesn't need much space to get it off.
Three-pointer, Lillard, good, another from 3.
And that is a three that will put him in the record books.
A historic performance by a historically good shooter. One of the best games anybody has ever had.
And he takes a breather from his ongoing three-point barrage. What a game.
Doing damage, Greg, on the road. Talk about a big-time performance. Wow.
Boy, how about the performance so far from deep? He's been that good.
And a chance to check out the numbers for John Wall. Putting up about 18 points per, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. Even though his numbers have been more than solid, I think he'll want to step his game up to another level.
Yeah, and you know, on paper, those numbers are terrific. Most players would be thrilled with those numbers, but as good as they are, I know this guy expects more of himself. Boy, he's filling it up right now, getting the shots he wants and delivering in a big way.
Here's Tucker. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Oladipo's got 4 assists now tonight. Portland's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc.
And just an emotional return from injury. for Oladipo last season. He missed over a year due to that knee, and just great.
Look, side out.
So for the Trailblazers, Harry Giles is checked in for Cantor, and it's Simons in for Lillard. And so here is Houston. From deep, Wall, and again it's the Rockets from deep.
Yeah, from three. Wall looking relaxed out there, and one of the game's more confident players. He can be a streaky but deadly outside shooter.
Good, gets the bucket.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
Passes it to Tate. To the middle. And finished off by Wood.
And in terms of size, he's not your typical center. But man, he plays as big as any of them, thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Wasted no time on that one. Hood's got 6.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Offensive rebound. Wood. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
He got in good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
First trip to the line for him here. McLemore's checked in for Houston. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Trent's checked in. Pulls up on the wing. But shot that time, not on target. The Rockets go the other way with it. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip.
Boy, an outstanding combo guard who distributes it well. Oladipo is consistent at sharing the wealth.
Fires the 3. And another 3 for Portland.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Gordon's checked in for John Wall. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Anthony's checked in for Derek Jones. And a chance there to look back at the stunning Mobile 1 block a moment ago.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Here's Oladipo. And finished off by Oladipo.
Oladipo skying through the air. I love seeing that. Has great speed and uses that as a launching pad towards the hoop.
Trent can't hit. For Houston, they've gone 6 of 10 for the field in the third quarter. And Oladipo, here we go. And the shot goes down.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Here's Trent. Lays it up and banks it in. 9 points in the game so far. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. Takes it off the glass. Gordon's got 8 points.
And Gordon doing a nice job measuring these inside shots well. I mean, has a solid, quick release, pretty much from anywhere on the floor.
And staying with the play, Anthony.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
For Houston, they've gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. A nice shot by Tucker. Tucker's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
So for the Rockets, DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Christian Wood. David Nwaba comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Brown in for Ben McLemore. Portland also making some changes. Ennis Cantor's checked in for Harry Giles. Little comes in for Robert Covington. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Cousins. Lillard with the rebound. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA.
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team, and in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
Here's Waba. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And again for three. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
The wide open look here for Oladipo. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Offensive rebound. Here's Cantor. Hangs in the air, and it's good on the way in. Cantor's got 9.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebound has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Here's Brown, and that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. He had some kind of quarter from long range. Winds up with 15 points from beyond the arc. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. They've got DeMarcus Cousins on out there with Porter. And it's Tate at the power forward. It's the 5 for Houston right now.
Tell you what, Cousins knows he's got the green light to take these quick catch and shoot shots, and he's confident in doing so.
And Lillard gets it to go.
And what's gotten to him today? This is getting ridiculous.
And Porter, here we go. Basket counts. You know, you look at the 2020 class for the Basketball Hall of Fame, Greg, some great names. Headlined by Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant. I mean, historic players.
And all the more emotional, Kevin, having Kobe enshrined after his tragic passing. But when you look at the accomplishments of this class, arguably the most decorated that the Hall of Fame has ever seen.
Greg, you've gotten a bird's eye view, you've gotten a front court view, you've had a chance to be alongside these Hall of Fame players.
Incredible talents, great people, and truly they've been terrific ambassadors for our game. And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
And the pass to Cousins. And he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in. Portland's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Good, another from 3. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. And a wide open look for Porter. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
The first free throw is good. Both teams will make substitutions. Good on both. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Porter's got 5 points in the quarter.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Puts up a three. That shot off the mark. And the Rockets take it the other way. And Ball gets it to go in on the assist from Porter. Porter's got 3 assists tonight.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
From 13, again the Rockets score.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Three-pointer, Lillard, and the three ball is good.
He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
And stolen by Lillard. Here's Little, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Houston gets called for the foul. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Portland.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
Yeah, but don't forget about their points in the paint, because those have been big.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Simons is checked in.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That's his 5th foul. Greg, your son's been drafted. You were drafted in the NBA. As you look back on the process that you went through and your son Cole has gone through, what are some of the flags? What are some of the things that stand out to you?
First and foremost, boy, how time flies. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, at least it feels like, that they were calling my name on draft night. But
91, right?
Yeah.
91.
You know, every stage of life, though, has its joys. And listen, to play the game I love and now see him playing it at this level, it's truly a blessing. And in his case, he probably loves it even more. You know, he grew up the way I did. He grew up just with a true love and passion for the game. So it's humbling and obviously something that I take great pride in.
You were taken out of UNLV 1991, number 12 overall.
Boy, Covington has blinding speed, and he makes good use of it in the fast break opportunities.
Rockets have gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the 4th quarter. Really getting it done. Right side, Porter. Trains it from beyond the arc. Porter's got a pair of threes here in the 4th quarter for Houston.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Fires from deep. And it's Simons missing. McLemore with the ball. Now Covington defending. On the left block. And that one's good by Porter. Porter's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see. Ball movement.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Trailblazers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
Yeah, you know, I thought the result might be a little different this time around, but clearly I was mistaken. Now they'll have to wait till next year for a shot at revenge.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Damian Lillard.
Boy, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there, go get it.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Wood, and John Wall subbed in for McLemore.
Boy, a very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force. It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. He could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Damian, it looks like this team's progress can be measured by your improvement at the defensive end. Do we see that tonight?
We made some mistakes like every other basketball team does, but I think we did a great job of making adjustments. We got a little more physical. We did a great job of that.
And that led to a big win, Damian. Thanks for your time, man. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.